Jesus wants to speak and to listen, so we'll speak and listen with Jesus. Come divine will, come speaking, now speaking. It's been a while since I did a recording like this, so my apologies for that. I hope this one blesses you. Catechism Article 768. So that she can fulfill her mission, the Holy Spirit bestows upon the Church varied hierarchical and charismatic gifts, and in this way directs her. That's quoting the Vatican II document Lumen Gentium, paragraph 4. The gift of living in the divine will is a gift of the Holy Spirit. If you read the prayer for the glorification of Luisa Picaretta, towards the end of the prayer, the Archbishop of Corato, that part of the world, talks about the charisma of the divine will. The charisma being the Greek word for gift. So this is a charism that we have received. The greatest of all the gifts of heaven, the greatest of all heavenly treasures. And in this way, the Holy Spirit is directing the Church to fulfill her mission. And what is that mission at the moment? What's incorporating it? What is it incorporating? It's leading us, the Church leading us towards the era of peace, towards this time of great sanctification, and towards the era of the divine will. So this is what the Holy Spirit has given to the Church, the Catholic Church that you belong to. So we should embrace these beautiful gifts that the Holy Spirit offers us. Now, volume 27, January the 7th, 1930, the exchange of gifts between God and the Creator. Catechism Article 766. The Church is born primarily of Christ's total self-giving for our salvation, anticipated in the institution of the Eucharist and fulfilled in the cross. Once again, I've said it before, when we give a gift, we often give something that is separate to us, exterior to us. It is not a part of who we are. But here, and with other things, Christ's self-giving, so it is giving himself. The gift of living in the divine will is where God is giving us his own will. So he's giving us something which is interior to him, not exterior to him. Louisa, I was feeling all abandoned in the supreme fiat, and I thought to myself, what could I give to my beloved Jesus? And he immediately says, your will. Now look at how many years Louisa has spent living in the divine will by this point. And Jesus says to her, give me your will. And this is very beautiful. And I, my love, I gave it to you. And having given it, I believe I'm no longer free to give it to you because it is yours. Now, how many times have you thought that? Jesus, I've given you my will and I've given it to you like 20 times today already, and so on. Am I going to just keep repeating this action? Well, look what Jesus has to teach us on this. Jesus, my beloved daughter, every time you would like to give me the gift of your will, I accept it as a new gift because I leave the human will in its free willing in such a way that the creature can be in the act of giving it to me always. Now look how Jesus references you and your will. He says, you give me the gift of your will. So just as we are saying to Jesus, Lord, I ask you to give me the gift of your divine will, Jesus is also there saying, give me the gift of your will. So this is beautiful reciprocity. I hope I got that word right. Yeah, I should have written it down. So every time you offer Jesus your will, Jesus says, I accept it as a new gift because although he's accepting the gift of our will, he's also leaving the human will free in its free willing. so that you can be always in the act of giving it to him, just as he's always in act of giving you his own will. So there's a constant reciprocation of giving one's will that's taking place here between you and God. I accept it, and I accept it as many times, for as many times as she gives it to me. Let me just do that again, because we shouldn't change the words. And I accept it as many times for as many as she gives it to me, because she sacrifices herself as many times for as many as she gives me the gift of it. So every time you give Jesus your will, you are making one of the most, if not the most, heroic sacrifices, because you're giving him your human will in exchange for his divine will. So he's accepting it as an incredibly precious gift, just as we receive the gift of living in the divine will as a precious gift. In seeing that the creature is constant in giving me her continuous gift, I see that there is true decision on her part, and she loves and esteems the gift of my will. Now, you see in front of you a picture of two paths to choose. This is purposefully chosen. Let's imagine the left-hand path is the one where we decide to do our human will. And the right-hand path is the one that we say, Jesus, I decide to give you my will as a gift. That's the path of the divine will, the path of freedom, the path of continuous gift. The other path is the path of no gift. You can neither give Jesus your will, nor can you receive the gift of the divine will. Take the other path, the right-hand side, and you're giving Jesus your will as a continuous gift, and he sees that you've made the right decision, that you love, esteem the gift of his will, and he can give you the continuous gift of his divine will. And just as she gives me the continuous gift of hers, I give her the continuous gift of mine, and expanding her capacity, because the creature is incapable of taking the whole endlessness of my volition. I keep increasing continuously more sanctity, more love, more beauty, more light, and more knowledge of my divine will. So every time you say, Jesus, I give you I give you my will, and I give you the gift of my will, I receive the gift of your divine will. Jesus is always continuously increasing in your soul more sanctity, more love, more beauty, more light, and more knowledge of his divine will. So in the exchange we make, you of your will and I of mine, we double the gifts. And it remains bound so many times for as many as we make the exchange of it. This beautiful exchange between you and Jesus. Therefore, I always have something to give you, and you too, because in my will, things never end. They arise in every instant. And as you gave your will to me at the contact with mine, yours has acquired the prerogative of mine, of being able to give itself continuously to your Jesus. So, because you're continuously giving your will to Jesus, he's giving his will continuously to you. And you then receive this other gift that you can continuously do this as his is continuously given to you. John 17:8. For the words which you gave me, I have given to them, they have received them, and truly understood that I came forth from you, and they believed that you sent me. So all those words you've just heard on the divine will that you've read, these are the words which came from Jesus, and Jesus is saying to you, receive these words. Give me your will as a continuous gift, and I can give you my will as a continuous gift, because your will take on the prerogative of mine to be a continuous gift. And then you will be continuously increasing in sanctity. So Jesus will give you our will in exchange for your divine will. They have kept your word. He calls himself the Word of the Father, because the Father, by him, created all things, and because he contains in himself all words, as if to say, they have committed me to memory so well that they will never forget me. So that is St. Bede the Venerable commenting on those words from John's Gospel and giving us, if you like, the icing of the cake for that teaching. They have committed me to memory so well that they will never forget me. You will never forget this by the grace of God. Fiat.